feels like spring's arrived early as bright sunshine welcomes us to Thurrock today for the 37th Bostik League show. The home side will be pleased with their efforts so far in their inaugural season in the Premier Division. Despite 4 defeats in their last 6, they'll have no worries of relegation with 40 points and safely in 13th place. It'll be a tough test for Thurrock today though, coming up against the Hendon side who are fighting out for a playoff place come May. Just 1 defeat in their last 6 has seen them regain 4th position, much thanks to Nico Muir, who's bagged 26 goals already this season, and Thurrock will have their work cut out, stopping him adding to that tally this afternoon. Both teams make their way out onto the pitch. It's going to be a really good encounter. Thurrock done so well since they've been in the Bostik Premier Division. First year this year, and they are in 13th position, 40 points, and certainly aren't looking beneath them towards relegation. As for Hendon, they'll be looking towards those playoff places. At the moment, they're in 4th position, and an upsurge in form since Christmas has seen them regain their place in the playoff places. Let's take a look at both sides. First of all, for the home team, Thurrock, Joseph Ozemyemi, a recent signing from Kingstonian. And for Hendon, who are in all blue this afternoon, they'll of course be looking towards Nico Muir. 26 goals so far this campaign. Can he help to fire them into the National South? Only time will tell. Thurrock come forward now down the near side as we look, and this is a real good opportunity to cross the ball in. It goes all the way across and it just somehow evaded Jordan Clark in the middle.
Just trying to work out these formations while we got a break in the play, Ben. It looks like Hendon are shaping up like a 3-5-2 and Thurrock a 4-4-2.
Joseph now has the ball for Hendon, chance for him to deliver it in. It goes all the way across, and again McNamara just gathers comfortably. Hendon have a free kick. It's just inside the Thurrock half, and again it'll be an opportunity to go into the box. This time it's not near enough to the keeper for McNamara to come, and Hendon will regain possession with Joseph. Look to perhaps have a shot there, plays it in instead to the feet of Muir. Joseph gets the ball back. They've made their way into the box now. Hendon, they will strike, and it will be easy pickings for McNamara, who'll just bring that into his chest and launch a long ball downfield, and a chance for Thurrock to come forward. And Charlie Stimpson there just looks to the referee and claims he was bundled over just outside the box as the ball runs through to Lovelock in the opposite goal. Plenty of Hendon bodies in all blue, dark blue in the box, and it's played to the feet, and it's going to come back to Tingay, is it? No, it's going to be Nathaniel George who turns and plays the ball in. Lovely little 1-2, and Hendon playing some nice football on the edge of the box. They'll get the ball back again, and Nathaniel George will pick it up, lay it into the feet of the striker. George will get it back for a moment. Still Hendon have the ball. This is a sustained period of pressure for Hendon. What can they do? And a shot comes in from Dardew and way over the bar, and not troubling McNamara this time. Certainly the intensity hasn't been there so far as Thurrock come forward again, and the ball is with Wynne, who does really well there to get it onto his left foot and play it over. First shot of the game of real note from Thurrock, and it goes high and wide. Long goal kick from McNamara is met by the head of Bray, who just knocks it onto the midfield, and Nathaniel George can pick it up again. He has been lively for the visitors so far today. In towards Muir, who's not really had a clear opportunity. Lovely turn from Nico Muir though, just skips past a defender, goes back to Nathaniel George, who's just inside the box now, onto his right foot. Nathaniel George, it comes inside, look to get it back to Nico Muir. He's actually been fouled now right on the edge of the box. It was Reese Morgan who just put a foot in there as Nathaniel George looked to skip past him, and this is a really good opportunity.
Goalkeeper's in the wrong position for me.
Well over towards his left-hand post. There's so much room if Tingay can get this ball up and down. Referee blows the whistle. Is Tingay standing over it? What can he do? He goes under the wall and into the hands of McNamara, and you have to say, really poor free kick. And Thurrock will look to get this ball down. It's bouncing around in the air at the moment, and Hendon do win the ball back, and it will go towards Nathaniel George, who's got the pace to get on the end of this. First real opportunity perhaps for Hendon. On his left foot he goes. Nathaniel George all the way across, and it just goes past that far post. And he had real pace then, Nathaniel George, just to get on the end of that ball. He twisted and turned onto his left foot and fired it across the goal, and it goes wide.
If he had kept himself out a bit further, he would have had time to have a more precise pick his spot.
Hopefully we'll see much more from both of these sides to make it an entertaining game.
I think one word sums it up: lethargic, Ben.
Yeah, it's a ball now that's Thurrock have come forward, and it's at the feet of Noble. Goes all the way through, strikes the ball, and it was going towards goal. Referee gives the goal kick. To me, it looked like it came off a Hendon player, but maybe rebounded back off the yellow shirt. It's Hendon that have the ball at the moment. Nico Muir just trying to use his power, and he does, to win the ball back. Great touch from Muir. Looks to go back on his left foot. He does play the ball out to the far side. Neat, intricate passing from Hendon for the first time in this half, and it's with Nathaniel George, who does really well again. Comes on his right foot, little flick, gets it back. Does he know it's just going to be cleared? And that was a really good move, and Muir has it, takes a strike. Nico Muir just wide. Really dangerous play from both Nathaniel George and then Nico Muir on the edge of the box.
I thought he lost it at first, but he passed it out to the left, and he received the ball just on the outside of the 18-yard box. A quick snap shot, and it went wide.
But, you know, we ain't going to knock Thurrock at the minute. Thurrock are containing them at the minute and restricting them, but it ain't...
Nathaniel George is coming forward again. Lovely run from George once more. Now into the feet of Joseph. One way, then the other. Joseph all the way across. Really good save from McNamara. And we saw really probably the two contenders for man of the match so far. Nathaniel George having a superb start to the second half. Played it in to Joseph. Great strike from him, and that was a really good save from McNamara.
Yeah, good strong hand as well. Pushed the ball right away from the goal. And no, I'm really impressed with this goalkeeper.
Corner to Hendon. Played short to Nathaniel George. Two defenders around him. What can he do? Looks to shuffle to his left and right. George back onto his right foot, looks for a Cruyff turn, almost did too much there. Nathaniel George still got the ball. Such a great player when he's on the ball, and he's done really well. Nathaniel George drives into the box on his right foot, goes to the corner. What a superb goal that is from Nathaniel George. He's been the pick of the players throughout this game, and that is a wonderful goal, right up there with anything we've seen this season. Took his time, jinxed past a couple of players into the box on his right foot and funded it into the corner. Take a bow, Nathaniel George.
Well, look, we've been talking about him since we kicked off this game. He's been the most inspirational, and we've always said we love a tricky, wide player that's got that ability with quick feet, and he's definitely got that in abundance. I just feel, you know, Thurrock should have got to him quicker and muscled him off the ball.
Oh yeah, definitely. At the beginning, I thought Thurrock, they could defended him well. He was out on the left, and he wasn't going anywhere. But then the defender let him go, and he cut inside. And so I'll be disappointed with Thurrock there defending. Thurrock are on the attack at the moment.
Yeah, it was a really, really fine strike from Nathaniel George. Worth alone watching the Bostik League show tomorrow from 10 o'clock for that. Nico Muir is onside, and he's coming through now, and we've got 3-on-2 here for Hendon. Can they double their lead? Nico Muir goes all the way across, and it's over the bar. Unbelievable miss from Casey McLaren. Now that, as good as Nathaniel George's goal was, goes down as one of the misses of the season. And Nico Muir had gone through there. There was no offside flag, into the box. He laid it across, and for those old enough to remember, all I'll say is Ronnie Rosenthal.
Well, the Thurrock tried to play the offside there, and number 2, Osemendi, he wasn't playing offside. He was playing the player on, and Muir just ran down the left hand side with his pace, crossed the ball in, and yeah, mate, he just hit the ball over the bar. I would like to see him as a tight 3 up.
Now Thurrock have got an opportunity, into the box they go, and can they have a strike at goal? They're going to win the corner. It was a good run from Stimpson, who just took that ball down in the box and looked to beat Lovelock on his near post. Corner to Thurrock. In comes the corner. It's really poor. Doesn't go over first man, but it's not well dealt with by the Hendon player. It will eventually find its way to Nico Muir, though. What can he do? He gets the ball and lays it back towards McLaren, who's brought down, and this is going to be, he's going to be in real trouble, surely. McLaren was through on goal there. The only thing that might save him is there was a second player coming across, and it was Morgan who was coming across, but the skipper Spence could be in real trouble now because he brought McLaren down. Looks like it could be a yellow.
Yellow all day, Ben.
You could argue there that the Lewis Spence, the skipper, has really been quite lucky because he was through on goal. Again, Thurrock look to come forward, and they might come into the box now, and they will. It's a really good piece of play by Noble, who's done really well there. Noble, who's tricked in towards the box. What can he do? Noble, great save from the keeper. Did really well there, did Joel Noble. Thought that the chance had gone. He just skipped into the box onto his right foot, and it was a decent effort going into that near post, and a good save from Tom Lovelock.
Yeah, done well to get down the goalkeeper then. He got down to his right, and good strike on goal, and he pushed it off for a corner.
In comes the corner from Thurrock, and Lovelock with a punch manages to get it out, and it will fall to James Good. Can he get the ball back in? He lays it to Sutton. Sutton has a real opportunity. No one closing him down. Can Sutton go for goal? He does go for goal. Wonderful strike from Sutton. And again, another save from Tom Lovelock. Acres of room there for Remy Sutton. He just edged ever closer to the goal. It was still a long way out. 25 yards out. Struck with his left foot. And it looked to be going into that top corner. Another fine save from Tom Lovelock. What a strike from Sutton.
Great strike. It looks like Borough got a second wind here.
McLaren will bring the ball away. Look to play it into the path of Nathaniel George, who's intercepted, and Thurrock will win it back again. Lovely, neat football from them. They've got plenty of players forward now. Thurrock gets it into the box. It's a great cross, and surely there it's going to be a penalty. It is going to be a penalty. And the defending, you have to say, the defender was all over the attacker there, and referee, no hesitation. It did look very much like the referee was going to give a penalty. He just almost climbed on his back to head that one away.
Well, yeah, but the forward made a back for him to do it, and I'm not so sure. If it was hands on his back, I could get it, but if he was sort of at just his body and the forward was making a back for him, you know, then I would say, is that a penalty, you know?
What an important penalty this is for both Hendon and Thurrock. Here comes Clark, steps up, and it's a save by the keeper. Third save of the half by Tom Lovelock, and third really impressive save as he just palms the ball round the post low to his left-hand side. You have to say it was a decent penalty. It was heading for the bottom corner, and Lovelock got down and tipped that ball round the post. It's a corner for Thurrock now. In it comes, and this time Lovelock comes out and he's lost it, and he's got really lucky there, the keeper.
Would you want your penalty taker to hit the ball as hard as he could down the middle?
It's slightly almost bad defending there from Hendon. They do manage to get that ball away, and they're just going to play it all over to Nico Muir, and Muir picks the ball up. Real good opportunity now, going to play it into the path of McLaren. He just couldn't get to the ball, and the referee is going to give the free kick the way of the Thurrock player. It was Sutton who just managed to make a challenge last ditch there. Really good challenge as well. Everybody pushed up, just a couple back for Thurrock now, and goes high towards that attacking line, and Hendon will get the ball away long towards Nathaniel George, who picks the ball up now. What can he do? Nathaniel George, the goal scorer, comes through. He's 2-on-1. Can he play the ball? He can get the ball to Zach Joseph, who just doesn't have an opportunity to shoot. Does he? Goes on his right foot. Joseph all the way across, saved comfortably at his near post by McNamara. Joseph with the corner in the dying moments for Hendon. Plenty forward for them. In it comes towards the far post. Can they get a head on it? They do get a head on it, and it's only just over the bar. It was Arthur Lee this time could reach the ball. He had one a few moments ago. He just couldn't quite get his head on it. He did that time, and just goes wide. I'm sure all that Hendon will be thinking about, rather than goal differences, can they hang on to this lead? Last chance pat for Thurrock. It's put into the box towards Stimpson. It's going to fall to Sutton. Sutton lays it off in there, chance for a shot, and he just scoops it round, and it was Clark, who's playing much further up now, who scooped it in, and no problems for Tom Lovelock, and you have to say that probably will be that, as Hendon have the ball in the corner on the far side. Uchechi's going to pick it up again. He's going to just go for the corner and see this game out. Referee has a little look at his watch. McLaren picks up the ball and does exactly the same. Into the corner, wins another throw, and I think Thurrock's opportunity to get back in on level peg on this game has gone, and indeed it has gone as the referee blows the final whistle. It's been a really cliched game of two halves here today, as the first half saw just one half chance on goal and a really poor tempo. The second half, every bit different. A really entertaining second 45 minutes, which saw one of the goals of the season from Nathaniel George. He twisted and turned and placed the ball into the top corner. We saw one of the misses of the season from McLaren, and we also saw a fantastic penalty save from Tom Lovelock. The side in 4th position in the Bostik Premier Division get the points this afternoon. It's finished here. Thurrock 0, Hendon 1.
Yeah, I don't think we've had enough of them type of wins this year. You know, we had to dig in. It was a tired, lethargic performance. It wasn't as good as we've been in a lot of our wins this year. But we showed another side to our game today, and I was really pleased with the result, and I was really pleased with a clean sheet. But the performance, maybe not so much. But I'll take that in terms of where we're at the stage of the season. We do emphasise the importance for performance. But, it is about winning at the moment.
And it was a case of one of the best goals of the season and probably one of the worst misses in the space of 5 minutes.
Yeah. We could have made it easy for ourselves, you're right. The chance that come, very soon after, we should have maybe made the game a lot more comfortable in the last 15-20 minutes. That's fact. But Ash is definitely finding a good vein of form at the moment. He's one we took from the lower leagues last year, and he's definitely starting to find his form. He's taken a little bit of adjusting to what we require and what we needed, and also the tempo that we like to play with. He's a very laid back, relaxed character, and I thought his goal was magnificent. I thought we could quite easily have got a foul a little bit earlier. The advantage was played by the referee, and he went on and punished him. But no, it was a great goal to win the game.
The result wasn't what we wanted to get, but the overall effort is phenomenal, and that's something this group have got. The togetherness, the teamwork is a pleasure to watch them go out there and perform. But just a little bit of quality at the end of the day from Hendon made the result 1-0 to them.
It was a strange first half to watch. It seemed like both teams never really got going in that first 45.
No, I don't think there's a lot of space out there. I think both teams got after each other and made it difficult to play. And like I said, like you've just said, and I'll agree with, there wasn't many chances. And even in the second half, there wasn't a great deal of chances. Obviously, we had a penalty, and I think we've scored 4 out of 4 so far this season. But fair play to them. Their keepers made the right decision, gone the right way, and kept it 1-0.
You can only set yourself up for a real push right at the end of the season if you have a good January and February. And we spoke about that. We didn't have such a good January, but February's been a lot more positive to date. And we've got to keep winning games of football. We've put ourselves in a fantastic position. We've got a real offensive threat to our team, and if we can grind out some more clean sheets like we've done today, then we're not going to be far away.
We mentioned before the game that you're in a good position in the league and not looking over your shoulders. Is it just about finishing as high as you can now?
I've got to disagree. I think we're in a great position. For us, for me, and obviously the boys, I've known since Christmas the club is going to be sold. There's no more Thurrock next season. So for me to be able to keep these boys here has been a massive task. And if we can finish second from bottom, wow, it blows promotion out the water from last season, because the amount of 7 days I have for my players is phenomenal. But they're good players, and I expect that. I've just got to try and keep them together somehow, and hopefully they'll see the season out. If they don't, whoever comes in will do the same as today, give 100% for the shirt, and we'll walk out here at the end of the season with our heads up high, close the door behind us, and like I said, there'll be no more Thurrock.
Congratulations, Ashley. I made you my Bostik man of the match today. Who do you liken yourself to in the Premiership?
In the Premiership, probably the way I dribble Hazard, maybe, because like similar height and similar playing style, so probably Hazard.
Have you got any ambitions to go higher?
Yeah, of course, the main goal for me is to make it pro, and hopefully I can get maybe to the Premier League.
How long have you been at Hendon Football Club?
This is my first season here, signed that in the summer. So the first season.
So a really entertaining second half here, and plenty of goals across the Bostik Premier Division today.
It's better range than the one he had in the first half, that's for sure. Now Dulwich could do with a bit of magic from Ashley Carew here. To the ball, he does score! Finds the corner. Dulwich lead, is a Carew free kick again. They needed that bit of spark in this game that they've been lacking this afternoon, and Carew, as he so often does, has provided it. I think he got it just around the wall. Wright was at full stretch, couldn't keep it out, right in the bottom corner. Another goal this season for Ashley Carew. Martin held off Clunis and Ferguson, long by Rumans. Thomas helps that on. Edwards gathers the loose ball. Here's Green. Carew. Long ball's picked up by Martin. He can come forward. Sorry, Bimerstein. He can come forward if he wanted. Here's Thomas in a central position. Young's on the outside, and it's equalised. Might have taken a deflection. Dulwich didn't pick up the run of Sam Youngs, and they've conceded again in a home game in the last few weeks. Long ball forward by Bimerstein, found Thomas, only been on a couple of minutes, held the ball up nicely. Young's on the outside, struck it first time, may well taken a nick. Looped over Edwards. An equalising goal has come.
Despite a rare defeat for the league leaders, Billericay remain top of the Bostik Premier Division, and there were wins for 4 of the top 7. Defeat for Burgess Hill Town means they're now 2 points away from safety, and it was an all-important comeback for Harrow Town as they drew 2-2 with Worthing. Surprise defeats for AFC Hornchurch and Bowers and Pitsea, and a win for Canvey Island means the race for the top 2 is still on in the Bostik North, and wins for Cheshunt and Norwich United in the bottom half of the division. Carshalton Athletics' 2-1 win against Cray Wanderers means there's just a point between the two teams. And at the bottom of the Bostik South, East Grinstead Town managed an away win at Sittingbourne. So a hard-fought 3 points for Hendon, who maintain their 4th place position in the Bostik Premier Division. Next up for us is FA Trophy action as we see Billericay Town take on Leiston in the quarter-finals next Saturday.